How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're going to be working on landscaping over here. You haven't seen this tower yet, but it's there. I've been working on it, and this is the area we're going to be working in, as opposed to this area where we are normally working in. I just wanted to take the moment to introduce a project I have been working on. I released a video yesterday. No, not well. Today, I guess. I don't know when I'm uploading this particular video, but I recently released a video showing off a build that I did, and you can click right here to see that. You can also download the map. It's in the description of the video. I also have the texture pack that I'm using in this Let's Play featured in that video and is also available for download. So if you want my texture pack, which isn't much, it's just a little bit of modifications, and go check out that video right there. You can click it. Yeah, it's basically, I see it as a tree. I don't know what I'm going to put here after editing. Let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, so before we begin, I just wanted to address a few changes to the texture pack that I've made. I need you guys' opinion on this in particular. So, one thing that I haven't really ever mentioned, I don't think, is that I retextured glowstone to where it has the redstone lamp always on. It's one of my preferred textures as opposed to the original glowstone. So in case you've wondered what that's all about, that's all that is. But here I have a few retextured blocks. Many of you know that I really wanted crates in the game, but they were never added. So I went ahead and retextured brown wool to be a crate. I retextured that retexture so that it looks a little bit better. I actually didn't retexture this. It came from the VoxelBox mod pack, or VoxelBox texture pack. So I do not in any way claim credit on this. I know it's used in a few mod packs, so I don't know who to properly credit. But so I didn't make this texture. This texture I did make, but I'm going to change unless you guys like it. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. It's supposed to be a barrel. Now the way I did this, because I know you see that there's multiple blocks, is, alright, I didn't want to use so many wool blocks that I couldn't use wool whatsoever. So I changed lime wool, and as you can see, it only has one texture. But I modified the model data in it so that it kind of places random ones. Now I'm going to retexture these, but the whole test, this is all this is a test. So it was supposed to be apples, and maybe the potatoes, and then carrots. Or oranges and bananas and apples, I don't know. It was just kind of a random test. And then glass, I just wanted to retexture this so that it just kind of, I don't know, fit the builds a little bit more. But yeah, so I believe this is a silk touch. Cool, it is. So that's pretty much all I've done for that. Yeah, not much to it, but I'm going to go ahead and sleep because I see that daytime is about to run out. And we will continue with the build here in just a moment, or the episode, which again we're going to be working on this area. Nothing much, but just a simple landscaping exercise today. So yep, let's go ahead and get started with that. Alright, now we're going to begin. That was a powerful intro there. We are going to begin now. I've got this tower here, which I was talking about in the intro over there. And it is actually going to be my little working station. I've got a little top loft here that has my bed. We've got storage. And as you can see, there's the blocks from the recent segment we just did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use sandstone for a majority of this. And the reason for that is I've been experimenting with sandstone instead of the gravel and stone that you can see over here, and it looks a little better, but I'm gonna let you guys decide, and I can always change it, so I'm not gonna go too far with it. I'm just gonna kinda do enough to where we can get a general census of what it'll look like. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do yet. Like this area in particular is just supposed to be, I'm gonna try and connect it over to that land using a bridge. As you can see, there's a big trail of water, so it's available for that, and it's the perfect size stream for a good bridge. I just have to, you know, develop this entire area. If you hear noises in the background, my dog's totally munching on some food right now. So, you feel to it, dog. Freedom, man. Alright, so sandstone, like I said, the general premise of the entire pathway. There will be a little bit of other blocks that I'm going to try and get you guys to decide with me what I should keep and what I should not keep. But anyways, we're going to treat this kind of tutorial style. To do landscape pathways, like, you generally want to pick out a tone of blocks. Like, let's see if I can actually do that. I don't know if I have. I do not. Okay, so I'm going to use this ender pearl to fly over into the cavern. Oh, sweet, perfect. I should have some granite. Okay, granite. What else could we use? I'm pretty sure I have some wood over here. I do not. Well, I do, but I need. Oh, okay. That was not on purpose. We'll use coarse dirt instead. She's totally drinking it. Nope. Still eating. Still eating. Birchwood goes good with sandstone. I used it in that build that I was talking about earlier. Which again, go check that out. I'm gonna try and place a few cards throughout this video that you know, link to some stuff that you guys might want to check out. And if you don't know, like, what that is, that's if you can follow the sandstone over here. Cards usually appear up in this area, and then if you click them, it takes you to the video. So, what's up, sheep? How you doing, man? All right. Now we're not too far along with our pathway here, but just to kind of show you what the idea is, I learned this from a YouTuber known as Good Times with Scar. He has a Let's Play that is kind of like mine, where he builds his own things. It's just he focuses more towards like seasonal type builds, to where he's doing, you know, one major thing, and he names them as a tutorial, but it's basically a Let's Play. But the premise is that you place the different blocks on the outside of the path. It kind of makes it look like the stones that were kicked around. But this will all be kind of touched up near the end of the path. But as you can see, these blocks really work well with each other. Granite, coarse dirt, and this. And then if I were to have, is there a birch tree anywhere? I'm surprised I don't have it. It's crazy. A little too much of it, but let's see if we can minimize that. But like, it just kind of gives it a little bit of variety. But that was just an example. I'm going to go ahead and use sandstone, and then at the end, I'm going to kind of mess with the placement. That's what I usually do. So, now, for this particular build, and by build I mean this entire area, I've decided I'm going to start kind of working with the actual buildings. And I'm going to place one somewhere around here, which is probably what I'm going to build. Maybe today, maybe next episode. I don't know. It depends on what we're focused on, which is probably going to be this whole area. But basically, I'm going to be working with curved buildings, because you guys have seen enough of the straight buildings where I'm building either a 90 degree, that way, that way, that way, or that way. But curved buildings at a 45 degree angle, or different angles, allow for much more. So that's kind of my idea for this whole project area, is just to introduce that, because the whole point of this series is to teach you guys some cool tricks with building. And I hope that, you know, by the end of the season, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe 100 episodes is one season. Just depends on when we get bored of this world, and then I'll go to a new area and just kind of do that. Wood, I do need that. Still don't have any birch wood. That is crazy. We'll use this. So next is a trick that I learned from a server called the Dream Sanctuary. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys where I'm learning this stuff is because, you know, it shows you it's very useful to go around and just explore YouTubers and explore servers that are oriented towards building, because you can learn a lot of cool tricks. Like, these trees that I'm about to show you are very particular in this discussion. I need the leaves, acacia and jungle, or just simple oak leaves will work. And then we're going to make a few of these fences. If you can hear wind, by the way, my fan's blowing. I hear it in my microphone on my headset, but I don't know if the pop filter is actually allowing it to go through. Alright, so basically, these trees are mini trees. They're basically just big things of sticks and placed randomly with an occasional different opposing stick. They're basically like small trees that are growing, I guess. I don't really know any named trees that I could say in particular, but that's basically what the whole idea is like it's a mini tree that offers actually a lot to the area, because I've kind of gotten out of the whole placing leaves everywhere phase, because despite what I may have said throughout this whole series, leaves are kind of just like a cheat way of getting a filled build. Like, to me it just seems like a way to make your build like if I were to place just leaves everywhere, like, it starts to look a little bit more, you know, detailed, but it's a cheat. I like to, I mean, if you're going to do that, place these, because it's just much better. And that's what I've kind of learned from these servers I've been playing on. But I like to verify it, vary it up by using a different type of leaf on the different type of wood that I've chosen. And this particular one I'm going to try and make a little bit higher than the others. And they don't have to be perfect, because most of it will be covered up. The whole point is just kind of creating like this gazebo type effect with the leaves. It's just to make it look like a general little mini tree garden type thing. And then you place another big tree off in the distance, and it all levels out really well. So that's kind of what I've got going on here. And I'm probably going to go place a few of those around here in a moment. But just to kind of give you guys an example of what it is I'm doing with it and why they're all over the place once they are all over the place. But I'm going to go ahead and fill this area up real quick. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, you can kind of see like what I was going for here. I went ahead and made like the pathway and a little bit of the like design, the extra stuff. My dog is chewing on a bone, so once again, if you hear the noises from my lovely background assistant, that is my dog. I've named her Navi, by the way, and I'm sure you know what that is from. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan, so that's just a random fact. But yeah, so this is the pathway that I have been working on, as you saw in the time lapse. And I added these carpets everywhere to keep the style going. I mean, we're using the same leaves and kind of the same, actually the complete same like type of wood. So they're basically just like fallen leaves, or like, I want to describe them as mesh and marsh type stuff, but that is probably extremely wrong. But yeah, you kind of get it. And then the coarse dirt, and just kind of makes it look like, you know, the grass is being, or the nutrients in the ground is being used up by the trees. That's just kind of the effect I'm going for with that. I actually would like to put a carpet like there, because there's too much yellow right there. But the leaves, yellow normally looks horrible on like normal grass, like over there. I will show you that now. But something about the tone of the grass and the acacia, or whatever, the safari, but oh, not that, that one. It's just, well, it doesn't look bad there either. The normal yellow carpet looks horrible, but something about the tone in this with the leaves, it works so well. All right, dog, you're gonna have to move your bone. You can't be biting against it right against my desk. All right, so now that we've done that, oh man, that looks great. Snapshot, why not? Thumbnail. now I'm gonna kind of deal with some crates a little bit, just because I'm in love with the texture that we have for them now. I actually have so many more crates in there, so let's do that. I was thinking while I was over in this area that we would kind of fill this place up with crates just a bit. This is just to kind of give it like, I mean, we're right beside a port type thing, so it's like shipment, you know, like apples maybe in here getting ready to be shipped or unpackaged. It just kind of brings the area to life. That's what I've learned. Along with the new texture that you saw, the apple like berry barrel type thing. This would be more in a village or beside houses and markets and stuff. But okay, I don't want to keep having the yellow here. Oh, is it really not gonna let me change it? Oh man, is it? It is coordinate based, I think. That sucks. I'm not gonna place them there then, because I do not want just a whole bunch of yellow freaking barrels. Yeah, so I'm still working on these textures, so I'm probably not even going to use these until I've, you know, decided on the texture, because the textures in blocks really matter when you're building, because the color palette, you know, basically it all wraps up together, and if you use something that just doesn't look right, it's not good. Previously, the crate texture, you guys saw it, it had a little bit more like of a darker, kind of matching these, which worked, but this kind of makes it look more, it stands out a bit more. Like you can easily tell there's crates over there in that corner. And I mean, if no one has my texture pack and they're playing on this world once I release it for download, I mean, worst case scenario, they're just going to see brown wool and lime wool everywhere. But assuming they have the world, they most likely watch my videos, so they'll know. Yeah, I'll explain it every day probably. I feel like I mention it in every single video I make. But yeah, so this is kind of the general area. Now this is just like a lifeguard, like a defense tower type thing, or a lookout tower. Oh, I added the flags. I don't think you guys saw that. I added the flags, and I'm gonna go in spectator mode so that I can, what is it, 3? So that I can kind of show you guys what the deal is with it. So the flags are basically just made up of the clay, and you guys may not know this because it was a few episodes back, but I actually need to sleep. 0. There we go. Okay. But basically, if I can get my thoughts together, there's a clay, whatever they are, biome really far off. That way, I take the portal to get there, but that's where I get all my clay. It's so long of a walk that I don't really feel like filming it. But the place is pretty much carved out by now. But let's go back in spectator mode. It's essentially like this. I'm just going to give you a front shot and a back shot in case you were wanting to copy it. I actually use that same block placement for all the flags I make, because it's like the perfect flag to me. It's flowing in the wind. I mean, for that direction. If I want to do it the other direction, you know, I'll kind of try and copy the same thing. But I would vary them, but I got to keep like a sense of direction with the wind. Because when I add like the cobwebs and stuff, I don't even know if that's possible in survival, but that's another texture I made change to. I would go in creative to show you guys that, but you know what? Screw it. I'm not building anything. Oh, okay. That was dangerous. I changed cobweb to where it's a smoke texture, just so that we could use it. I'm pretty sure you can get cobwebs, but yeah, just for a general lifted area, this is kind of what it looks like. And because I have not shown the tower yet, it really brings this area together. I really like it. So this may not be the main entrance anymore, but it's like a nice back alley river type thing. But anyways, I digress. I don't know if that's the perfect place to use that particular, phrase, but all right, so that is pretty much going to do it for that part of this episode, or possibly the entire episode. I'm going to try and figure out, where we are in the episode, and let you guys know what we'll do here in just a moment. All right, there's not much more time left, so I can't really do what I wanted to do, but I can go ahead and lay out the plot for the area that I'm wanting to build in. So I'm going to put a house right here, and the format I'm going to use for Actually, let me think. If that's that, and there's that, then do that. Is that how to do it? I think that's going to be the curve about. And then, oh man, I don't remember the curved building I'm going to use. I guess I'm not going to lay out the plot, but we're going to have a house right there. Anyways, this has been episode 25 of the Let's Play. Thank you guys for watching. I apologize if I'm not doing too much in these episodes. I've wanted to get this episode out quickly because I've been spending so much time on my other project. Again, check that video out. I worked hard on it. That I haven't been able to devote any attention to the world and learning, what we're going to do next. But it's not that I'm out of ideas. It's just I've been, caught up in other projects. Thankfully, we are all clear and good to go for working on this. I'm also working on a potential server, but no promises. This is my main focus right now. So, yeah, thumbs up for that. If you enjoyed the episode, let me know. Likes are always appreciated. And if you really enjoyed the building stylings of SystemZee, then subscribe to my channel. I do plenty of stuff like this. And just a few videos for you guys to look out for. I have a tutorial coming out soon by request for a cherry tree. So look out for that. And maybe another type of tree. People really like the tree videos. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.